It's an absolute debacle here inside the cryptocurrency market. Not only has Bitcoin fallen off the edge of a cliff, but my friends, the altcoins have done very much of the same. And today I'd like to analyze, is it possible that another huge crash is potentially looming here in the shadows? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the action we're seeing inside the chart right now. Not only has Bitcoin lost its upward sloping momentum here, crashing to new lows on a micro scale, but my friends, the altcoins have been decimated. And today I'd like to also look into the technicals here on Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. I'll also look at the chart for the entire altcoin market cap as a whole as well, because my friends, I believe that the altcoin market right now is walking on some thin ice. We're also seeing Bitcoin dominance rising back above 69%, etc., etc. So my friends, as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up, all right? So we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Clearly, if you are subscribed here, you would know I've been pointing out that Bitcoin has been on a rounding bottom formation with a series of higher lows and higher lows and higher lows over and over again. But my friends, late yesterday evening, Bitcoin wound up breaking down out of this upward sloping trend line and below its prior lows. So my friends, for me right here, this was the red flag immediately. We had lost our higher low trajectory for the first time right there at 10,014 roughly. But for me, we still did have a chance here of seeing that support along this green trend line. So I did not enter a short here. But what I did see then was that if we lost this area here, there were going to be several bearish indications here for me. We would then have lost this low here, then lost this low here, then lost this low here, and lost the support of the trend line. And also, my friends, here on the RSI, we then created a lower low on the RSI on the 4-hour, also then a lower low on the 1-day RSI there as well, losing that tentative rounding bottom support on the RSI. And my friends, right there, right at the area of confluence that I just pointed out for you, that was right here at roughly 98.73. You best believe Don Carbonaccio entered a short position, and I set this up in hours in advance. You could see here, this is my VIP alert. Shout out to my VIPs. I posted this hours in advance. I said, listen guys, I'm setting up a momentum BTC short position at 98.73. If it drops to that price point, I'm going to open a short right then and there, because obviously what I just pointed out to you guys there, this was a plethora of confirmations to me that the trend was now being taken into control by the bears. I opened a short there right now. I am currently in a short position right here from 98.73, and I'm going to continue to keep you all updated with this position in VIP. Let's get this crypto. So I am short right now, sitting in a nice juicy profit. So we have to start looking at what are the possibilities that happen here. I'm actually going to switch charts now to a chart with more support zones, etc., drawn out here. So clearly, where we stand right now is along this green box of support here, an area that Bitcoin has tested many times over this entire macro structure that's been built here. So for me right now, it's not the end of the world. Bitcoin surely could look to find a bounce here, potentially look to test this downward sloping trend line here yet again. But my friends, we can't forget one factor here, because it's easy now to look at this and go, oh, Carbonaccio, yeah, don't you think we're going to get a bounce here and pump, Kirby? Don't you think we're going to get a bounce here and pump? I hear you, James, but what we can't rule out of the equation here is the fact that we've still not put in a higher high, right? Look at it. Look at all the arrows here. We still have not put in a higher high. So if Bitcoin is going to bounce here and look for a real bounce to test this trend line, my friends, we're going to need to see a higher high come in for the first time really on the entire trend here after we saw our blow off top at 14,000. So to me, it is a little bit more difficult than it may seem. We may be able to test all the way back up here, continue the lower high trajectory, and get rejected again. But what's really starting to look like it's coming to fruition here for me, guys, is the fact that this may just be a descending triangle pattern formation that is ready to break at any point in time here. A descending triangle, the infamous one I always show you guys here, is this back in 2018 in the bear market. Bitcoin had a flat bottom of support with a series of lower highs on a macro level before then capitulating 50% to the downside into the crypto abyss. Let's get this crypto. And for me right now, we've seen many touch points here, guys. Relative touch there, touch here, touch here, touch here, and now we are touching it again. And these patterns generally don't like to get all the way to the end of the structure. They can. The thing is that they generally do like to break anywhere from 50 to 70% of the way through the structure. And for me, this is fair game territory where we are at right now, especially considering how many touch points we have had along the bottom here. Let's get this crypto. So for me, I see this pattern could potentially be ready to break to the downside. Now, if we're talking about targets, I love this teal box area for me, ladies and gentlemen. This is roughly between 8650 to 8,000 flat. We could see that there is a ton of historic confluence in here. Old resistance, then turn new support, then old resistance again, and then we broke through. We also, upon that, have the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, which does like to be tested upon retracements, so that has confluence there as well. If we go over to the CME futures chart, we could see that we still, on this chart here, oh wow, it changed today, actually, but there is a gap, ladies and gentlemen, there is a gap. Let me just make sure I'm getting this right. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So what we can see here is that there is a gap here from 89.64 all the way down to 8,500. And for me, this gap is still fair game to be filled. Does it have to fill? Absolutely not. But we can see that that still is glaring in our face of the trend right now. Let's get this crypto. And just something else that I could see here that I had drawn was this little upward sloping trend line that has now been broken there as well. Let's get this crypto. So looking at this, ladies and gentlemen, really right now, I just want to go back and look at the RSIs quick, just so you guys understand where we're at here. The 1 day right now, we were teetering on this potentially rounding bottom support, right? Of higher low, higher low, higher low. It's trying to squeak up. But my friends, this was lost now, which now is more so in favor of the bears, breaking through that support floor there. The 4-hour very much the same, even though we are now in oversold conditions. It's really just the structure that was broke, right? It really is not so much for me at this point in time that we're oversold, which could lead to a tentative bounce. It's more so that we lost this structure, right? That's what I really want to point out for you all there. Let's get this crypto. And quickly, the weekly, still continuing to just dive, right? Continuing to dive. And we should know by now, especially if you are subscribed here, there is some historic confluence in this range right there that we could potentially look to see a turn to the upside somewhere in this range. We are actually in the fair game territory, per the historic times that this has happened on the weekly scale here. We also have some support from the old resistance levels down in this region. But of course, past performance is not indicative of future results, just something to keep on your radar that we should start to look and observe if we are starting to get some positive momentum at some point within this general vicinity that we're in now, I think it is fair game, per the historic data there. Let's get this crypto. Now, really what I want to discuss here, ladies and gentlemen, is this altcoin market, because I think that the altcoin market has been very telling of the times. It's been a front runner here. The altcoins have pumped harder than Bitcoin, and they've dumped harder than Bitcoin. And what I want to take a look at here first, let's start off with the total crypto market cap, okay? We're going to look at the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, altcoins only. We'll start from there, and then I'm going to look at the charts of Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Compare them here to the market cycle, Wall Street cheat sheet, psychology of a market cycle, and look where we're at in terms of support, resistance, and other indicators here to see if we are potentially, in the final stages here of a complete market cycle. Let's get this crypto. But if you are just tuning in now, don't forget to moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. Sheesh. So now, ladies and gentlemen, here we are on the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin. This is altcoins only, right? We had our huge parabolic run up all the way to 2018. Then we had our market cycle down, bear market. And this is the whole run that we've been on now since the bottom of the bear. And my friends, this to me looks like a complete and utter debacle here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a travesty, an atrocity. It's a debacle when you look at it. So what's happened here, if we take our price range tool, we can pull from the top to where we are currently at now. We've lost 52% here. It's absolutely disgusting. It's incredible, the losses here. Now, we're already pretty much at my target range of where I expected this thing to go if it lost support here at the red box, right? And this whole time, oh, Kirby, you don't understand anything. Poopcoin Patrick, James at the water cooler, the whole crew, the whole Poopcoin nation, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. It's been wrecked city here. And for me right now, the total cap here looks to me like if it loses support right here, just like it lost support on this red box, ladies and gentlemen, we are completely back into a full retracement of the entire run. I mean, we are right back into the bear market depths of the crypto abyss. The only positive thing that I could see here right now for the altcoins is that if the level we are at right now holds support, because then we would tentatively be looking to make this old resistance here from the bear market a new support and then look to build from there. But if this old resistance here does not hold as a new support floor, my friends, things could get very, very ugly, okay? So now let's look into the coins themselves. Let's look at, we'll start with Ethereum here, Ethereum USD, okay? What I want you to notice, guys, just very simply, this floor here, this is the simplest line I can draw. It has so much confluence over and over again, and we are at this point right now. And this was our ceiling here, right? Just the opposite of how Bitcoin had the descending triangle that I showed you all, right? That's a bearish pattern, right? Lower highs and a flat line of support along the bottom that can give way. Ethereum had the opposite here. Let's clean this up so we could see this better. Ethereum had the opposite. In fact, how it broke out of the bear market was on an ascending triangle, right? It's a rising line of support, flat line of resistance along the top, and then looks to break out to the upside. That's what we had here, okay? And you can see this clearly outlined right here. Boom, it took off. And now this was the resistance ceiling, right? So where we are at now, we zoom back to the current day, this needs to become new support here, literally right where we are at right now. If you want to be a stickler about it, we're at 167 at the time of recording. For me, my line here is at 160. If 160 does not hold, for me, that would be indicative that we've lost the floor here. The ceiling of resistance has not turned into new support, and we are right back into the bear market territory, right? And it's all fair game at that point to me, ladies and gentlemen. Once we get potentially, if we drop into this range here, let me use a rectangle again. If we drop into this range in here, things could get very, very ugly because the entire bull market zone has been negated. We are back underneath that bearish structure, and I will need to do more analysis at that time if the floor gives way. But you could see we are teetering right on this line right now. Things could be getting explosive here very shortly. Now let's move over to XRP. XRP actually it lagged behind a lot in this rally that we've had here overall, but just like Ethereum, we have a very distinct line here, okay? Going back all the way to December 2018. It even goes further if you want to stretch it. So here, look, I'll stretch the line just so you could see the confluence it's had, right? Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at all the times. Resistance, 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 all here, right? This is just like what I was showing you with Ethereum. Old resistance, then turned new support this whole way, ladies and gentlemen. A classic textbook flip. And right now, look at what's happened to the line. Boom, already purged. So my friends, this is where it starts to get very disturbing for me. And I have nothing against any of these projects, right? I have nothing against Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, nothing. The thing is, just from a technical perspective, as a trader, right, looking for high reward, low risk trade setups, for me, this is getting very bearish in here now. And sure, I'm going to discuss after we go through this the possibilities of where there may be a bottom here for this stuff. If I think there may be a potential buying opportunity for myself, I'll discuss that. But right now, XRP seems to be just a little bit ahead of Ethereum. It's already dropped below its support line. Let's get this crypto. Now, let's go to Bitcoin Cash, BCH USD. We could see here as well, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even have lines drawn here on this one, but we'll draw them in here now. This is very much the same. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ceiling right here. We'll actually draw, yeah, this is a good spot right around here. For me, that is just a clear cut, easy to see, general area of support, right? We broke out of the bear market with this huge candle here, ripped above, back tested, back tested, back tested, ripped, back tested, found support again. And right now we are coming up to the point of it's going to have to be make or break here. And my friends, when you look at this, what does this look like, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you could even just see it without me drawing it. But here we go. Ding, 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 chicken wings for dinner, tofu if you're vegan. It just looks like a very clear-cut head and shoulders, right? And this is a bearish pattern per classical technical analysis theory. And when does it see a tentative confirmation? When it breaks the neckline. Where is the neckline? Right there in the white, ladies and gentlemen, roughly around 255 USD. Let's get this crypto. If it breaks below there, it's essentially the trap door being let open, ladies and gentlemen. Sure, it could be a fake out and we get a rip back up, right? Nothing is certain. But per classical technical analysis theory, that is not a zone you want to fall into. So for me right now, this is also looking like it's on its last legs here. Very interesting times here as well. And if we do now look at Litecoin, this one really has ran so incredibly hard, ladies and gentlemen. It's really been a front runner. And right now, I pointed this out for you, right? Everybody a few weeks ago, oh, Kirby, but Litecoin, it's the halving, Kirby. It's the halving. It's the fundamentals, Kirby. Please, my friend, nobody uses these coins in real world scenarios, my friends. These coins, in my opinion, are completely speculation. Okay, nobody is running around using Bitcoin to buy their coffee, pay their rent, pay their bills. No one is using this stuff. Okay, you have to understand that. Sure, there are some people, a fraction, a small fraction, and the same with Litecoin, ladies and gentlemen. James at the water cooler thinks that all of this is changing the world right here, right now. Newsflash, James, it's not. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that if you are looking to crush this market, you need to understand where we are at. This market is highly speculative. And if you're treating it as something other than highly speculative, the chances of you losing your hat and getting burned is very, very high. Okay, my friends? And as everybody was going, oh, Kirby, the halving, oh, I was sitting here saying, listen, I've never seen this pump harder after a halving. It's usually a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event. And I drew this head and shoulders here. And what do you know, ladies and gentlemen? Ding, ding, ding. Another head and shoulders pattern playing out bearishly to the downside right now. Litecoin coming up upon its critical area, right? Look, right here, ladies and gentlemen, this red zone here, actually, we'll get rid of this red zone for now. It's already broke in. And I just want you to look at the pink zone I have here, okay? This pink zone goes all the way back here, just like I showed you on XRP. This has a very similar history here of support to then resistance, and now it was support here, resistance here. Ladies and gentlemen, are we going to see it act as support here? If not, and this breaks through roughly this $56 to $50 range, my friends, we're totally back into this crazy bear market territory here. So Litecoin is also here coming up upon its last legs as well. This one's got a little more to go, purely in my opinion, because it was the one that ran the hardest. It was essentially, let's pull it. It was, I believe, a 700% move, something like that. Yes, almost 600%, 544% from the bottom there. So for me, just because this one's ran the most, it's had the most amount of time to get back to its support level. But you could see, guys, the total crypto market cap chart there is not looking good right now. Look at it. This is purely on its last leg, in my opinion. This is very telling of the times here. And for me, my friends, right now, it's looking a lot to me like this right here. The Wall Street cheat sheet psychology of a market cycle for the altcoin market. And the fact of the matter is, if the altcoins start capitulating, will this Bitcoin dominance just continue to soar? I mean, it has been for quite some time already. And for me, even though the Bitcoin dominance is rising, if the altcoins do start capitulating back under those critical supports, will Bitcoin just follow it purely because the market as a whole is dumping? We're going to have to wait and see. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, it really, the thing is all I'm doing here is looking for high reward, low risk trade setups, right? And that is what I keep you updated with when I take my trades in VIP. You could see here, I showed you, I took that triple confirmation trade there on Bitcoin. It's been working for me right now, absolutely fantastic. And for me right now, what I'm approaching, when the trend right now, or rather where the trend is approaching right now, I'm seeing that there's likely going to be plenty of potentially life-changing trading opportunities coming out of this range, because like I showed you, the altcoins may be ready to capitulate. Bitcoin may be ready for that drop. It might be to potentially fill that gap and get into this range of confluence here. It might be. We're going to have to wait and see. But either way, Don Carbonaccio is looking for the high reward, low risk trade setups. That is what I'm looking for, right? A bunch of confirmations, nice setups, and that is what I'm looking for right now. And just before I forget here, I almost did forget, I also want you to keep this on your radar, that the Google Trends data now is turning here as well for the first time, right? We've seen higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. And now, my friends, we are seeing right now a 42 here on the 12-month chart. Our last low was a 43. This is incomplete data right now, so it is subject to change. But right now, at the time of recording, it is showing a 42, and our last low was a 43. Not good, my friends. Not what I want to see here. If we go out to the 5-year, very much the same. You could see higher highs and higher lows. Our last low is an 11, and here on the 5-year, it is tied right now at an 11 on the incomplete data. Sheesh. Fear and greed index, also very much of the same. We're seeing a series of lower highs and lower lows, still failing to get back above to a higher high. My friends, right now, it appears to Don that the bears are in control until proven otherwise. And right now, I am still looking for more opportunities to the short side here in this market. Let's get this crypto. So guys, I will be keeping you all updated here with my trades in VIP in absolute real time as I plot my strategies. You could see I posted that hours before the dump took place. I just wound up setting up my order, and here the dump happened. I get in the trade. Right now I'm sitting in juicy profits, and then I keep updating my stop losses, my take profit zones, etc., all for you in VIP. So if you're not already in VIP and you'd like to see how I trade in real time, as this altcoin market potentially looks to be on the brink of capitulation, as Bitcoin may be on the brink of capitulation, I am not looking to get wrecked here. In fact, I'm looking to crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. So the question I ask for you, ladies and gentlemen, is are you going to get wrecked and caught like a deer in the headlights here, getting caught up with the Poopcoin Patricks, the FOMO Joes, and everybody else in here getting wrecked? Or is today the day that you decide to crush this market and get this crypto? Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. So guys, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. I'll be keeping you all updated with my further trades here. I'm playing this aggressively. Right now, I've been crushing the swings, and I plan to keep my pedal to the metal here, continue to take aggressive trades both to the upside and to the downside here. However the market breaks, I'm looking to play it. As you all know, this market changes rapidly. Everything can change in the blink of an eye. I'm watching these charts 24/7, and I'm ready to adjust my strategy as needed. And I can only do these streams here on YouTube once per day. So in VIP, I keep you updated 24/7. On YouTube, I can only do it once per day. So guys, I will see you all in VIP right now. Shout out to my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. And guys, if you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. And if you could, guys, share this video with an altcoin hodler. Share it with somebody that needs to see these altcoin charts of Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Share it in your chats, your socials, etc. And let's see what everybody thinks here. The supports are very, very disturbing to me, to say the least. They are looking like they are walking on thin ice with this market cycle right here, looking like a true possibility, in my opinion. Let's get this crypto. So guys, until next time, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.